Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome
Hare
to Srila Prabhupada Book Reading Club. Currently we are reading the Nectar of Instruction by Srila Rupa Goswami. Okay, so let's start our session by offering the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayyam Dadatin Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहित कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्विताञ्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाशातदेशतारिणे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गु लङ्गायते गिरि यत्कृपातहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीनतारणं परमानन्द माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरं। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। So today we are going to start the 8th verse, okay? So firstly, we do the little recap. Till now, in preface, we seen that Prabhupada is saying that the advancement in a spiritual life is it depends on one's attitude. If he follow the regulative principles and if he follow the instruction of Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Prabhupada, his spiritual master, then he's surely going to get advanced in a spiritual life. Okay, so in first shlokas, Srila Rupa Goswami instruct us that like a sober person who can tolerate the urges to the speak, the mind's demand, and actions of anger, urges of a tongue, belly, genitals. Then he's qualified to make disciples all over the world. And urges of the speak is we can tolerate by speaking only Krishna Katha, and we don't have to do the Prajalpa. Okay. Second is the mind's demand. We constantly have to think that how can I please Krishna and how can I serve the Krishna in this moment. So, and then actions of anger by engaging anger in Krishna's service as a Hanumana did and as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. Okay. When a Jagai Madai offended Nityananda Prabhu, and urges of a tongue can be controlled only by taking the prasadam and chanting the holy name. Okay, and then like a belly and genitals automatically get controlled when you are able to control your tongue. Second is a atyahara prayasasya prajalpo niyamagraha janasangasya laulyam shadbir bhakti vinashati. If you are too much entangled with these six things, then your bhakti will get spoiled. So what are these things? First is a atyahara, eating more than necessary and collecting funds more than required. Okay, then if you want to collect more, then you have to do the prayasa, that is over endeavoring for the mundane things. We are endeavoring for the perishable things. We know when we are going to leave this body after some time, this things will stay here only. Then also we are doing that. Okay, so we can check our intelligence level from that. Then third is taking unnecessary talking unnecessary about the mundane subject matters. So this is the prajalpa. And fourth is a practicing, and also prajalpa also includes the videos which are you are watching, and the movies and the magazines and books you are reading in which a glorification of Krishna is not there. Okay, and fourth is a practicing scripture rules and regulation only for the sake of following them, not for the sake of a spiritual advancement, or rejecting rules and regulation of scriptures and working independently and whimsically. There are a niyama graha and niyama agraha. Na? So yes, they are following the rules and regulations so that they can they will get some benefit and they will advance in their material life. They are not practicing for the spiritual advancement. Okay, and even if they are practicing, they are doing it whimsically. They are not following the orders and the instruction of their gurus. Okay, 5 is associating with the worldly minded person, that is a janasanga. And what is a why it is very important, why we don't have to associate with this worldly minded person, because with the association ambitions and desire come. If we associate with the material minded people, then we will also have the material ambitions, material desires. And with that material desires, we cannot practice Krishna consciousness. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, there is a shloka, na? Which state that bahushakha anantasya, when your intelligence is distributed to in too many things, then it is very difficult to practice the spiritual life. And what is problem with the this janasanga, that is when we do the janasanga, then we become greedy for the mundane achievements. Okay. And in the third verse, Srila Rupa Goswami instructing us that उत्साह निश्चया धैर्या तत्तत् कर्म प्रवर्तनात् संगत्यागात् सतो वृत्ति षड्भिर्भक्ति प्रसिद्धति. So, if you do these 6 things, then Srila Rupa Goswami and Prabhupada giving you the 100% guarantee that you will be success in the pure devotional service. So, what is first? That is being enthusiastic. That is utsaha. And being enthusiastic, enthusiasm. It doesn't mean that here the Hari Katha get motivated. I'm going to wake up tomorrow at 4 a.m. attend Mangal Aarti, chant my 16 rounds, and when next day arrives, you are again sleeping. Enthusiasm means not a motivation. Enthusiasm means action. You have to act. Okay. And when you act, then you will get the confidence. And then second is the nishchaya, that endeavoring with the confidence. Okay, I have to get up early morning and I have to chant my rounds and I have to attend Mangalati and I have to read the Srila Prabhupada books. So you should do the nishchaya and you should act on that. Okay. And third is a being patient. Okay. We've seen that with the time you will become perfect. Okay. So yes, you are following the instructions. So you need to be patient. When I get purified, then I will then I will become perfect and I can serve the Krishna better. And fourth is acting according to the regulated principles. Tat karma pravartanat. We have to follow the 9 processes of a devotional service: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Okay. Then 5 is abandoning the association of a non-devotees. We can see again here, again and again, Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada is saying you have to give up the association of these non-devotees and you have to take the association of the devotees. And association, it's not just a physical, it's not just between the two people. Association is also with your mobile phone, because you are having your mobile phone almost a 20 to 24 hours with you. Okay. So in that phone, to whom you are talking and what you are talking to, what videos you are watching, and what books or what text messages you are reading, that is also important. Okay. That is also association. Okay. So yes, 6 is a following footsteps of our previous acharyas. Then we are a following footsteps means we have to follow their instructions. Okay. If we do this, then there is 100% guarantee. Okay. So even in the material world, there is 99.9% guarantee, but spiritual world, it's all absolute, 100% guarantee. Okay. Then in text 4, what Srila Rupa Goswami is saying that, okay, till now, you come to know, you have to give up the association of non-devotees and you have to take the association of a devotees. So in how we have to interact with the devotees. So first, then Srila Rupa Goswami says, Dadati pratigruhanati guhyam akyati prishtati bhunte bhojayate chaiva shadvidhi priti lakshanam. So these are the priti lakshanam. So what are these? That we have to offer the gifts in a charity. We have to accept the charitable gifts, and we have to reveal our mind in a confidence. So we also seen that this gifts gifts accepting and giving gifts, they should be this gift should be spiritual. You can give some Srila Prabhupada books. You can give flowers to their deities, and you can give the jewelry or dresses to the deities. Okay. So you don't have to give the material things to the devotees. And we have to reveal our mind. When we reveal our mind, oh Mataji, my mind is saying I shouldn't chant. It's a mind is saying early morning you can do other things, and in afternoon you can chant. But when I go in afternoon, I will sleep. So then Mataji will say, oh, no, mind is strictly mind is tricking you, like in afternoon, like mind don't want to chant, like afternoon you will sleep and your rounds will be pending, and then like you will be stressed, okay, it's night and my 16 rounds are pending. So it's like you don't have to listen to your mind, early morning only you have to finish your 16 rounds. So it is very important, like like ISKCON, Prabhupada formed the ISKCON so that like we can get the association of a devotees. We are reading this in every purport, na? So yes, we have to take the benefit of this association, that we have to reveal our mind to our devotee friends, and then we have to inquire confidentially. Then what we have to inquire, like we don't have to inquire about the material things, or from where you buy the sari, or Prabhuji, from where you buy this car, or like you don't have to ask about how I should I grow in my business. You should inquire about the Krishna. Oh Mataji, how can I like chant attentively, or like how can I follow four regulative principle more strictly, and like how can I develop the taste in reading Srila Prabhupada books, and how can I relish the holy name, like and how can I cook the prasada, like how can I cook the bhoga for my deities, like this kind of like center should be Krishna. You should ask you should inquire about the Krishna, okay. And like Prabhupada says that senior devotees, like they should like a guide the neophytes, and neophytes should like take the shelter of the senior devotees and learn from them, okay. Then we have to accept the prasadam, and like we also have to offer the prasadam to the devotees, okay. So these are the six things. Like then in these six ways, like we can share the love between the devotee to devotee. So in a text files, Srila Rupa Goswami tell us there are different types of devotees. Okay, like so first are the Kanishta Adhikari. This Kanishta Adhikari, they are neophytes. They just start chanting their rounds. Okay, uh, and like they only respect the deities in a temple. They don't know like a value of a devotees, and they they don't know how they should respect the devotees. Okay, then a second platform is a Madhyamadhikari. Then like the Madhyamadhikari know the difference between the Lord and his devotees. So with the devotees, he make a friendship. Therefore, the neophyte, he is very compassionate. He provide them a guidance, and he helped neophytes. And those who are very envious and ignorant atheist, to them, like the Madhyamadhikari, they ignore these people, okay. And like the Madhyamadhikari, he may be like gone through the first initiation or a second initiation, and he is just serving his spiritual master very nicely, and yes, and like we are not qualified to speak about the Uttamadhikari. They are the greatest, and they are a very pure devotees, like a Srila Prabhupada and our bona fide spiritual masters. And like they are constantly thinking how they can please Krishna, and how they can expand the Krishna consciousness movement. Okay, and like they are on the transcendental platform. Okay. And here, one of their qualities that they are devoid of a propensity to criticize other. And like we also see now, like when it comes to ourselves, we have to see our bad qualities, and we have to like improve that. And like when we see seeing the other people, other devotees, we have to see their good qualities. When we appreciate the good qualities of a devotees, then that good quality start developing in ourselves. And when we criticize the devotees, then that bad qualities like we will develop with the time. Okay, so in text 6, what Srila Rupa Goswami telling us that, like the Hatti Mata, that mad elephant offense, that like when a mad elephant goes in a dream garden, he is going to destroy everything. So like when we do the Vaishnava, like when we offend the pure devotee, then like we are going to destroy the very beautiful devotional, like our devotional life. Okay, so we have to be very careful not to commit offense. So like we don't have to see the pure devotees from the material point of view, by their bodily color, from their from which caste they are coming, from which country they are coming, their bodily deformities. And even it is says that, like one who is intelligent, like in a rainy season, like Ganges water turn muddy. So but one who is intelligent, he still know that this Ganges water, even it is muddy, but it is not impure. Like when I take the bath in this Ganges water, I'm going to get the pure. So like so similarly, the body may have some deformities, but like they are as pure as the Ganges. And even in a canto 1, like there is one shloka which states that like pure devotees are more purifying than the Ganges, because to take the benefit from the Ganges, you have to repeatedly have to take a bath, and after the prolonged contact you will get purified. But when you get contact with a pure devotee, at that moment, at that instant, at that second, you will get purified. There is also one shloka from the Chaitanya Charitamrita: Sadhu Sangha Sarva Shastra Kai, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hoy. So lava means 1/11th part of a second. If we associate with the sadhu for the 1/11th part of the second, then our life becomes successful. Okay, and association means not just physically staying. Okay, association means we have to follow their instruction. So in a seventh shloka, we have seen that we are suffering with the material desires, a material disease, that we are suffering from the jaundice, and that's the reason we are not able to taste the sugarcane juice. So yes, we are having so many material desire, we are living in a material condition of life, so we are not able to relish relish the nectar of a Krishna Katha, Krishna Nam, Krishna Leela. Okay, so when someone is having the jaundice, so he have to keep taking the sugarcane juice, and sugarcane juice will act like a medicine. And when his disease get cured, he will start tasting the sugarcane juice as a sweet. Okay, so yes, in starting Hari Nam, chanting 16 rounds, regulative principles, reading Prabhupada books, and hearing the Katha, it's a little boring. Our back start paining, and we don't have that much time. We feel it bitter. Okay, we will do it in afternoon. What is why we have to wake up early morning? So we will have this kind of feeling, because we are diseased, we don't know the importance of all of this. Okay, so even if we are knowing, but we are in ignorance. Okay, so we have to keep doing. If you are not having taste in a chanting, you have to keep chanting. You don't have the taste in reading, you have to keep reading. And you don't have to taste for the hearing, you have to keep hearing. So this will act like a medicine, and when our disease get cured, when we get cured, then we will develop. Then we are able to relish the Krishna Nam, Krishna Katha, and Krishna's pastimes. Okay. So, Hare Krishna, today we will start with the 8th verse. Anyone has practiced to recite, or anyone want to try?
Hare Krishna, I can try, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Tannama Rupa Charitati Sukirtanano Smatyo Kramena Rasana Manasi Niyojya Tishtan Vrajeta Danuragi Jananugami Kalam Nayeda Kilam Iti Upadesha Saram. Thank you, Mataji.
Hari Bol Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, Hare Krishna, who want to take the golden opportunity to read the translation and purport?
Yes, Mataji. Translation. The essence of all advice is that one should utilize one's full time, 24 hours a day, in nicely chanting and remembering the Lord's divine name, transcendental form, qualities, and eternal pastimes, thereby gradually engaging one's tongue and mind. In this way, one should reside in Vrajya, Gokul, Vrindavan Dhama, and serve Krishna under the guidance of devotees. One should follow in the footsteps of Lord's beloved devotees who are deeply attached to his devotional service. Purpose.
Hari Bol Prabhuji. Here we see na Srila Rupa Goswami telling us 24/7 we have to engage in full time. We have to engage in a devotional service by nicely chanting and remembering Lord. And even if you are working, then Prabhupada is giving us advice how we can stay in a 24 by in a Krishna consciousness. So we have to remember the Krishna's divine name, his transcendental form. He has a different avatars. We have to remember his qualities, and we have to remember his eternal pastimes. And then we have to gradually immediately we are not able to engage our tongue and our mind in Krishna consciousness, but gradually by simply taking the prasadam, and simply when we engage mind means we have to recall, okay, what we have read in a purport, and what you like most about the Krishna. So you have to think in your mind you have to like when a cow eats, and like then cow again bring that food in mouth and he chew it again. And even there is one shloka in seventh canto, na punarata charvita charna, means you are again chewing the same. So like we are chewing the same, like this birth and death, these three types of miseries, we are chewing it again. But actually we have to chew the Krishna Katha, we have to remember Krishna Katha again and again. Okay, and then one should reside in a vraja, and like we will also see that like how we have to reside and like reside there. And like we have to like we have to serve Krishna under the guidance of the devotees. Okay, we don't have to serve Krishna whimsically or unfavorably, we have to serve under the guidance of our devotees. And then we have to follow the footsteps of our Lord's beloved devotees who are deeply attached in his devotional service. Hare Krishna. Vinod Prabhu, you can read the one paragraph.
Perfect. Since the mind may be one's enemy or one's friend, one has to train the mind to become his friend. The Krishna consciousness movement is especially meant for training the mind to be always engaged in Krishna's business. The mind contains hundreds and thousands of impressions, not only of this life, but also of many, many lives of the past. These impressions sometimes come in contact with one another and produce contradictory pictures. In this way, the mind's function can become dangerous for a conditioned soul. Students of psychology are aware of the mind's various psychological changes. In Bhagavad Gita 8.6, it is said, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So in Bhagavad Gita 8.6, it is said that like yam yam vapi smaram bhavam. So like whatever state of a being one remember when he quits the body, like that state he will attain without a fail. So in the first paragraph of a purport, Srila Prabhupada is like explaining us that like since the mind may be very like one's enemy or a friend, so like we have to train the mind, and mind is compared to the elephant. You know why we have compared it to the elephant? Because elephant is very strong, na? Elephant is very strong. So like we cannot like directly control the elephant. Like we also seen the chain in elephants, like iron chain in elephant's neck. So like he has that much potency that like he can break that chain, and like he can run. But you know, in a childhood, like they to the baby elephant, they put a very strong like a strong what we say, rope or something, or chain. So like in childhood he try a lot to to break that rope or break that chain, but he fails. So like his mentality is in that way, like like I'm not able to break this chain. But when he grows, then he's able to like break that chain. So like currently we are like that elephant now. Like we have seen, like uh, we are not able to like focus our mind. So like because in maybe if we haven't tried the bona fide processes, but now we have the bona fide processes. And like if we chant, if we follow the four regulative principles, then like it will give you spiritual strength. And like when you get the spiritual strength, then like you can easily control the mind. So like yes, elephant can be trained. Like we can see the trained elephant in temples, like they give the blessing to the devotees, and like they are used for the Lord procession. Okay, and like they can also use to give the rights to the streets. Okay, so but like we can see the wild elephant, they kill the people, and like they destroy the farms also. So like if we are not going to train our mind, then like it is going to destroy our human life, it is going to destroy the devotional service. But if we train if we train this mind or this elephant in Krishna consciousness, then like it is going to assist you. We can engage this mind in Krishna service. And what Prabhupada is saying, the Krishna conscious movement is especially meant for the training the mind to be the always engaged in a Krishna's business. So we have to train our mind so that like he constantly think that how he can serve Krishna. he can engage in Krishna's business. Okay, and we will have the lot of thoughts, because these thoughts are not just from this life. We don't know from how many years, or how many thousands or lakhs or millions or billions of years we have spent in this material world. So we don't know. And why it is very important to association, or whatever
मेरा
things we are watching.
बोलता ही जा रहा है.
Hare Krishna, Vinod Prabhu, take care of mind. So yes, so we have to be very careful, what things you are watching, and what things you are reading. So when you are reading, when you are watching, that screenshot of that things are keep inside our mind, whatever desires you have. Oh, I have the desire to eat the gulab jamun, so mind will capture that desire and it will store inside our mind. And when we get the chance to eat the gulab jamun, then mind will remind you, that time you have to eat the gulab jamun. Now this is the gulab jamun in front of you, you can eat it. So yes, everything is captured and it is stored in the mind. So Krishna can Krishna is so merciful. He keep whatever desires you are having, Krishna keep that desires, and when the right time, on the right time, he will remind you, okay, you have this desire, you have to fulfill. So yes, this material desires we are accumulating from the thousands of life. Okay, so this will when we are chanting, we are starting purifying. And when there is a very clear lake, but there is a lot of dirt inside that, and when you start the cleaning even we can see the swimming pool, when they start the cleaning swimming pool, that a dirt increases, water become turbid. So but when clean, so similarly when cleaning start the water will our mind will be very restless. But we have to tolerate that, and we have to focus on the chanting, focus on the words of a mantra. And then when the cleaning process is completes, then our the lake will be clear, swimming pool will be clear. So when we get purified, then these thoughts will be start disappearing, and we will and we will have the spiritual thoughts. Okay, the mind's nature is that he will continuously have thoughts. But our problem is currently we are having the material thoughts. But if we practice the Krishna conscious strictly, and if we focus our mind on Krishna's name while chanting, then we will have the spiritual thoughts. Okay, so Prabhupada simply said, you have to speak the mantra with your mouth, and with the ear you have to we have to hear that mantra. And there no other thing should become in between these two. Okay, so yes, and then these memories come keep coming again and again. Okay, and it will create a very dangerous condition, a condition for this conditional soul that's the reason also people commit the crime. Okay, because their mind harass them, and they don't have a control over their mind. Okay, so it is very important Krishna is saying, whatever things you remember at the when you are leaving this body, you will get the same body, or body according to that. So you cannot say that okay, I will do the sense gratification entire life, and when I'm going to leave this body, I'm going to chant the holy name. No, this is not possible, because the pain is so much, the pain is so tremendous, that you are not in that consciousness to chant the Krishna's name. Okay, so and whatever things you have practiced, you are going to remember that things only. Even it is said that when you are going to leave your body, there is a flashback of all the things whatever good things, bad things you have completed in your life. So for the devotees, from the morning to evening, for till sleeping, they are doing the Krishna Krishna. And even the practice is so much that even in the dreams also they are doing, in the night also they are doing Krishna. We can also see in the that video of Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, that even in a sleep he was performing the artis. So yes, because they are entire day they are engaged in worshipping Krishna. So similarly, entire life we have to we have to engage ourselves in a Krishna consciousness. Then when at the time of death, we are able to remember Krishna. And even the Krishna promises that even if a devotee has practices entire his life Krishna consciousness, and at the time of a death he is not able to remember me, then I'm going to remember him. Okay, then Krishna is going to remember us, and he will take us back to the Godhead. Okay, So, like even we see in a case of Ajamilana, like when you hear the discussion between the Yamadutas, then then it's not that like he is directly transferred to the Vaikuntha. No, he has practiced. When he become perfect, then only he go back to the Godhead. Okay, so we have to practice to stay Krishna consciousness. So I think tomorrow we will start, na? Tomorrow we will not do the summary because it will take the 20 minutes, na? Then we will only have the 10 minutes for our. So tomorrow we will try to finish this part, but only the two pages. But I just read in early morning, it is very instructive. Okay, if you are very today we will have only one paragraph for reading, na? You can also go through the purpose. It will be very nice. Okay, please go through the purpose. It will hardly take the 10 minutes. Only the 2 pages purpose. And yes, it is very nectarian. So you will get the more clarity about this. Okay. So Hare Krishna. Today we will end here. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
Jai.
हरे कृष्ण एवरीवन।
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Krishna
Thank you so
Mataji.
much.
Krishna
So
Mataji.
please
Dhanya
engage
ho, Mataji,
yourself.
dhanya ho.
Engage yourself in a chanting, reading Prabhupada books. Nama Prabhu said at least you have to read for 1 hour, but we are not that much qualified or we are not that much we don't have that much desires. So but when we desire na oh I have to read for the 1 hour, then you will find the time. So but actually we are not having desire. So at least we can start with the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, okay, and to the half hour. According to a best way is before sleep before your prasadam, you can read for the 15 minutes. Before breakfast you can read for 15 minutes. Before lunch you can read for the 15 minutes. Before dinner you can read for the 15 minutes. So you can read for the 45 minutes in this way. And Prabhupada used to say, na, you are not forgetting eating, sleeping, na, then why you are forgetting chanting your rounds? So why we are forgetting reading Srila Prabhupada books? So we have to you have to read for the 15 minutes, then only we can we can say that when I read the Prabhupada books for 15 minutes, then only I am ready to then only I am qualified to take the prasadam. You can trick your mind in this way, okay? Then you will find the time. And I want my all the devotees to pray for me and bless me, because today I'm having the initiation interview from the JPS office. So I need your prayers and blessings. Please bless me, okay?
Hare
So,
Krishna
Hare
Namaste.
Krishna.
Hare Bol.
Namaste.
Hare Krishna.
Initiate Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji.
Are you going Mataji for initiation?